What's going on, YouTube? What's popping? East News Finance, hosted by yours truly, Mike. What's going on? Today I did get there earlier than I have been getting in the last couple of months, outside of the fact when I set up at Columbus today I got there early. Not early, but early enough. I'm gonna go over the stuff I picked up today. My table's a mess. Yes, I know. My wife's gonna kill me. Yes, I know that too. I'm gonna break down what I got from who. I'm not gonna, say. If I say names, I'm not gonna say the price. Obviously, you guys know how that goes. I did try to make a deal with Scottish Mike today. We couldn't reach a deal. You're not always gonna reach a deal with people. You can't get mad because you don't reach a deal. That's just part of the game, and that's how I am. Some people, they have to, play within their budget, and you can't get mad at that. He's a good dude. He's a decent guy. I love Scottish Mike. And just because we didn't do a deal today, don't mean I hate him or whatever. It just, deal couldn't be made. Still a cool guy. And he's purchased lots of shit from me. And, he's not cheap. Well, he is cheap. But if something's worth it, and he has given me a lot of money on almost every occasion we've met. So I can't call him cheap or frugal. He's just a guy that's very cautious of what he buys, and he plays it safe. Scared money don't make money, and most of the time it's not good to play it safe. But hey, if it works for you, so be it. You can't hate on somebody for it working for them. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't really the reason or sole reason why I did go today. But being that I did go today, I got some pretty decent shit. And I'm gonna basically break this stuff down for you guys out there, so you guys can basically see what I have here. What I did pick up. Two guys, I gave them basically 300 because I picked up a couple of other items. But one dude I know at the flea market, I might post a video because I have the video of me ranting and going off. I didn't go off on him personally because I was trying to have a good day. Plus, I don't like to argue and debate there, and especially in front of other people's spots. I think it's disrespectful. It's kind of like going to somebody's house and disrespecting them directly. So, and I think that the owners of this stuff should have intervened a lot better than what they did, and it almost cost me to walk away. But I did see opportunity and money to make, so I didn't want to do that. But and of course, they're gonna bring more stuff. So I'm gonna, make sure I get there even earlier and try to wait for them next week. Spike, get off the fucking carpet. So yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for that. I love dogs, but at the end of the day, in my house, I'm gonna talk to you the same way I talk to my fucking kids when you don't do what you're supposed to do. I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't edit. I don't do phony. I don't do bullshit or hypocritical nonsense. I'm gonna talk to him or anybody in my house, on camera like I do off, and vice versa. So you don't like it, don't watch the fucking channel. Other than that. So going back to this stuff, I'm gonna try to pinpoint what I got. But first off, I think there's about 19 pieces. I did let me count them real quick. All right, well, I see 18. But there's about 19 pieces. I remember because the guy said everything was $3 each. And he said, be forewarned. Whatever the price is, it doesn't matter how much you bundle. We're doing everything for $3 a pop. I don't care if you get 40 items or whatever, and it's still $3 each. Just to let you guys know, so you guys can be on your merry way. I'm not trying to be rude. It's a great morning. I'm alive, but at the same time, my prices are cheap, so that's that. And I had to respect that. So this one here, I got this from one guy. I think he was like $2. This is from somebody else. This was $2. But I thought this was Tarantula. But whoever this is, you have him, these two turtles. You have this faker He-Man. You got Wreckage. He's expensive by himself. You got him. You got, I think that's Ace. This is like from one of the Retaliation or whatever G.I. Joe movies. These two 3 3/4 Marvel Universe / Marvel Legend 3 3/4 figs. This ugly ass Star-Lord. I don't know her name, so I'm not gonna butcher it. And then you have this DC Multiverse. This is before McFarlane took it over, so this is Mattel's Multiverse Catwoman. Then you have this Captain America, and then you have Colossus. You have this Preceptor Proctor. Jesus Christ, I'm thinking of Police Academy. So you have Preceptor without his chest thing or the magnifying and cannon. Then you have I think this you got top spin and twin twist. So I think this is top spin. Then you have this GoBot, which is ironic. I just got rid of this the other day. And then you got this big, I'm about to say RoboCop, this big Voltron. What the fuck is going on with me? All these were $3 each. They didn't care what it was or whatever. This stuff was $3, so it is what it is. I think there's another figure somewhere because it was Well, he said 19. Maybe he miscounted. But he was like 50 something. But I think it was like 58 or something like that for all of them. So it is what it is. I was tired even early in the morning, so I didn't. What do you call that? Whatever. I didn't fight it. So, these were $3 a pop, including this Voltron. So, again, from this guy and his wife, there was this Voltron. There was Preceptor, Top Spin. I don't know his name. Stacks. GoBot Stacks. Super GoBot Stacks. Think 84. Then you got this Marvel Legend Captain America, Marvel Legend Toy Biz, Colossus, Hasbro Marvel Legend Star-Lord. I don't know her, but she's Marvel Legend. Mattel DC Multiverse Catwoman from the movie. These two 3 3/4 Marvel Legends or Marvel Universe, what we're gonna call them. Then you have this Snake Eyes. You have Ace from like the later 2000s, well, early 2000s G.I. Joe. You got Tiger Force Wreckage, which is ironic. I got him now for $3, and I think I fucking paid God knows how much for him loose. Sometimes it's best to wait. But this is before we even decided to go to Joe Con. So, just so you know. Then you got these two turtles, this guy, and this is all 50-something bucks. Not a holy shit hurrah, price. But you figure I can get about 10 for him. So 10 for him. These three I'm most likely going to keep. I say 5 and 5. That's already 10, so that's 20. He's like 10, so that's 30. He's about 10, so that's 40, 50, 60, 70. Say 80, 90. I'll say about 20. So that's already $110 right there. He's another 30 bucks. So that's 130, 10, 140, 10, 150. He's RoboCop. I mean, Jesus Christ, Voltron. I don't know what I'm doing with him yet. So I paid 58. So I basically made twice my money back on these, even though I'm keeping him, and him. This guy was $2, and I would say 15 to 20 on him, but I'm selling all this stuff in bulk to somebody. This guy, I paid 15 for it. I knew exactly what this was when I saw it. I know this is Cotswold. Cotswold's a company that did 1/6 scale figures for many years. They brought the old G.I. Joe molds a long time ago, and they've always done these. This guy's worth about 150 or more. I might actually call my boy Frank and see if he might want this and want to do a trade or something with him, because he does this kind of stuff. I know exactly what it was when I saw it. If he had a lot more of these, I would have got it. This is only 15 bucks. This is some old white guy that normally sets up in a certain area. And if you look here, it says Elite Brigade, and that's the company. I mean, I didn't have to see that name to know. But, when I see this box, I know exactly what it is, and I know what he goes for. He's all day 150 and better, even 120 on the low end. And I only paid 15 for him, so that was a steal. All right. This is a bag, not including the Hulk, just the motorcycle and this stuff here. This, the guy had a price that I think, it was on the bag, and it said 40 for all. And I was like, oh, shit. Oof. That's kind of high. And I just walked away. He's like, no, yo. $5 for the bag. And he started laughing. And I was like, yeah, $5 for the bag is decent. And he's like, oh, there you go. So I'm just gonna put these in one big bag. I'm not gonna go crazy with pricing this stuff because they're not in the best condition. But for $5, you can't go wrong. This stuff I got from a kid who, well, he's still younger than me. A lot of gray hair, but he's still younger than me. He's very respectful. He talks very articulate. White dude. I can't. I think they said his. I'm not gonna say what his name is, but he sells a lot of video games and stuff there too. He had this stuff. The prices he had on this stuff, I'm pretty sure if he had more, I missed out on it. But again, Good Smile Company is a decent company. This is really nice. And you got this Captain America. You have Bronx, Demona. I believe I have both of these already. And then you have the Ultimate Ash from NECA. And these are also from NECA, these two. You have this Figma. You have two of them. You have this. I think this is a dude. Sometimes you can't tell there's a difference between the women and the men. But you got this guy here. Then you got her. These are normally around $60, $70 in the stores. And again, you have this Ultimate Evil Ash. This is about $35 all day. $30, $35. Bruce Campbell. So this is worth about $35. These are roughly around $45 to $65 each on the low end. For the anime stuff, I know Figma, they do only anime. This guy, he's probably about a $20, $25 figure. I say 20. Right? And then, of course, we know these are around $25, $30. This is probably around 40, 45. So, and of course, you have this. I didn't know what the hell this was, but it says Sega Genesis Portable Handheld, loaded with 20 licensed Sega titles. 2.4-inch color LCD screen, AV cable included, integrated headphone jack. So let's see what games it has in the back here. It may not even say. Oh, okay. Sega games. You got Alex Kidd, Enchanted Castle, Alien Storm, Altered Beast, Arrow Flash, Columns 3, Crackdown, Decap Attack, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. You got eSWAT, Cyber Police, Under Siege. You got Echo, Echo Jr., Flicky, Gain Ground, Golden Axe, Jewel Master, Kid Chameleon, Shinobi 3, The Return of the Ninja Master, Shadow Dancer, Sonic Spinball, and Sonic and Knuckles. That's actually not a bad amount of games for this handheld. So that's pretty dope. He was selling all this shit cheap. He had a whole bunch of video game stuff, but he said he didn't get a chance to test it. I didn't trust him on that because he's a game guy. And one thing I know about game people, he said it's as is, and the prices he was throwing out, like a Nintendo 64, he wanted 44. That was missing the cover, but it had everything else. He didn't test it. He wanted 40. Then he had a game. He had some other shit, and he wanted 50 for this and this and that. And it didn't add up to me because even if it was working, that price is kind of high considering that I'm just going to turn around and resell everything to somebody else. And the fact that he actually, I found it a red flag when he said, "Oh, I didn't get a chance to look everything up." I just think that sometimes people want to say as is when they know they tested it and it didn't work. That's what I personally think. I'm not calling him a scumbag, but that is a scumbag move. And sometimes, and it's like a person that sets up a whole bunch of video games and they got TVs and they say, "Oh, I'm selling this a lot cheaper because I didn't get a chance to test it." Then you're like, "Oh, well, test it right now." And then they're like, "Oh, well, my leg hurts and my left testicle is laughing at my right one and." All types of dumbass shit. So I find red flags in that. So I left the video game stuff. So I just bought this stuff from him. Again, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He gave me all this for $60. Again, you got, actually, this piece too. So you figure this, 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 and this. He gave me all that for 60. Wasn't gonna argue with that. Like I said, this should easily be 25 to 35. Let's just say 25. That's already 50. Let's say 20. That's already 70. Again, let's say 20. That's 90. Let's say 20. That's 110. Let's say 10. That's 120. And let's say 20. That's $160. So basically that's $100 more. And that's on the low end. So I'm basically making $100 profit off of that. That's great. And again, this 110 to 120 all day profit on this because I only paid 15 for it. This stuff was $5. I already know what I'm gonna do with this, so I'm not worried about that. And again, I paid like, you can say $60 for 19 pieces. And again, I told you which ones these were, again, along with that Voltron. This piece here, guy only wanted 15 for it because he said if it was complete, yada, yada, yada. I may have some parts for this, so I'm going to take it upstairs and see. But still, no, $10 just for him is crazy because even loose, he's like $30, $30, $35 all day for either part. So this is basically like $50 to $60 for just him and that. Over 90 to 100 if it has everything. Probably even around 150 to be honest. Because it's still G1. So that's a good deal. This stuff here I paid up for. This is where my money came in. Now, there's one guy I sold to named Bobby, him and his wife. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people don't like a lot of people there. A lot of people don't like me. But a lot of people say that, you know, I'm not going to go into details, but today I'm a little upset because I kind of seen how he was acting. And, you know, one thing is if somebody beats you somewhere, you're not obligated to. Some people walk around the market like they're the boss and like they're obligated to get whatever the fuck they want because they buy a lot of shit. That's a real snobby, extremely white, entitled attitude. So today I'm pissed off and I'm kind of debating to even deal with him again because I didn't like the way he came out. And sometimes people say shit in a joking manner, but they're very serious about it. I'm pretty sure when him and his wife walked off, he probably had a lot of disgusting, fucked up shit to say about me because I understand you come here to buy shit, but so do I. And if I'm here before you and I'm looking around, don't think you're obligated to shit that you see. If I tell you, integrity means everything. If I tell you, hey, I'm buying that, and then you're like, yeah, right. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. And if I say that, you should take that shit to heart. Again, I am a little upset at the owners. And I almost walked away and said, fuck it all. But I was like, nah, fuck it. You know what I mean? And I did allow him to grab the 2 bags of the older Jack Pacific wrestling figures that are on card. I could have been an asshole, and I probably should have been an asshole by saying, no, I'm taking that stuff too. But I didn't want to argue. And at that moment, he made me mad enough to want to get physically violent. And when I know I'm ready to get physically violent, there's no stopping me. And that's something you can't take back. So I was pretty pissed off about that. And I said, you know what, Mike? Just let the little fucking bitch have this. And I am mad. And at that point, that's exactly how he was acting. Because he got very offended and very upset because I put all this shit and said, oh, well, it was over here. That's not the fucking point. You know how many times guys beat me to shit and they're making deals? Then you're going to stand there and watch this guy give me a fucking price. Like, that's real fucked up and real deplorable. To sit there. And you could tell he was contemplating on telling the guy, hey, yo, dude, I'll pay you more. Like, that would have been the last fucking straw. But the point that you stood over us and watched for him to give me a price, that was even more disgusting and deplorably fucking pathetic. And I got, again, if you guys want to see, if I get 10 thumbs ups or 10 hell yeahs, I will put the video up. I'm showing that today. I didn't post the video yet because I said a lot of shit in there that I was very upset about. Because I thought he was a cool guy, but a lot of people don't like him. And now I'm starting to see why. A lot of people don't like me neither. But they don't like me for fucked up reasons like that. But that was some real sucker shit. And I am kind of pissed off about that. You know what I'm saying? There are a couple. I mean, I'm going to, do a deal with my guy who's been buying a lot of shit off me. He brought my whole trailer a couple of weeks ago. But there are some figures that I'm going to probably put to the side and later on, I'll probably do. I don't know. I'll do something, but I don't know yet. But actually no. I'll just give them all this shit because then they'll start me to. Nah, I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna fucking whatever. These I showed you guys, but these I'm actually keeping. These 3, the Toxic and this. So these 4 pieces, as far as everything I got from them. So all this was $300. Everything was like $240, then $250. Then I added a couple of other items, and it wound up being $300. I thought it was way more than fair. You know what I mean? So let me show you guys it. So you got the Beetlejuice stuff here. He had all 5 of these Beetlejuice pieces in a bag. He had these 6 Ghostbusters in one bag. Then he had these wrestlers. Some were bagged of 3. I think another bag was 2. And then everybody else was individually bagged. Like, I think this is Mr. Wonderful. You got Junkyard Dog. You got Hillbilly Jim. I always forget this fucking guy's name, but you guys know who that is. Bob something or some shit. Then you have version 2 of the Andre the Giant here. Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik. Then you got Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Bobby Heenan, and Greg the Hammer Valentine. Then from WCW, that might be Owen Hart. I don't know. That's definitely the excellence of execution himself. That's Bret Hitman Hart. I think this is Diamond Pot Page. These two are fucked up, but I had to include them. Somebody just marketed this all black and messed it up, and Jake the Snake lost the. Looked like an anaconda took his shit, or a crocodile. Then you got a couple more ACW guys here. You got I think that's Rick Steiner. Then you have the I think that's X-Pac, right? No, Macho Man. Then I think this is Vader, I believe. And then you have the Rockers. You have Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. Got a couple of Hogans here. You have another ACW guy. That's Lex Luger, excuse me. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Bowen. I think Bowen. What the fuck? I always forget the names. The Bushwhackers. Luke and Bo. Or whatever the fuck their name is. Then you have another Big Boss Man, Ted DiBiase, Jake the Snake Roberts. Same one that one is, but he's in better condition. You got here Roddy Piper, another thumb wrestler him. Then you got the same, I think that's Big, maybe that's Big John Studd. Hulk Hogan, and I don't know who the hell that is. Then you got this bag of He-Man stuff. I think these are pretty cool. This is probably the most expensive that everything they had. They had this priced at $35 for these ones. Then you got this bag. I mean, if I still have my Motu collection, I'll be very happy with these. These things are probably worth about $25-$30 each, because Tila has her sword, Skeletor has his, and Ram Man have his axe. Those are very rare to get those in those conditions. And then you have these 3 from the Toxic Avengers. Colors are dope in that line. Really, really nice. I think this line goes perfect with the Turtles, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you collect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that'd be a dope line to go along with them. So all this was $300. Some of y'all probably like, what? How you figure that? Easy. 10, 10, 10. Even though it is, I think, Burger King or McDonald's, but still worth $10 each because they're old. 10. They'll be worth a lot more than that, but I say 10 each. That's already $50. These guys, 10 each. Always 10 each on vintage. So you got, that's $110, right? So $110. Let's say 20 on him. 110, 120. That's 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330. And then these ones here, let's say 30, so that's 360, 370, 380, 4, well, whatever. I already lost count because I'm overthinking in my head. But anyway, at 300, I already see at least easy 500. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm looking at just this stuff. And then, of course, my boy Kenny, I got these 3 from him. I'm not going to say what I paid for them. You got The Rock Shazam. No, that's Mattel. No, actually, that's McFarlane. McFarlane Multiverse Shazam. Then this is, about to say a Hector. A Hasbro Marvel Legend. Another Hasbro Ant-Man Marvel Legend. So that should easily be 20. He should be about 15 to 20. He'll probably be about 10, $15. When the movie first came out, probably about 20, 25. So money's here. Money's definitely here. And this guy here, I paid 20 for him. He was $20. This is a nice gray Hulk. He was 20, and the guy wanted 35 for him, but he gave it to me for 20 because he knows me, so he knocked off 15. I'm not gonna say who, but he knows who he is. So that was pretty dope. So that's everything I got today at Columbus. Yesterday I spent a lot of money. I spent about 700, 600 or 700 yesterday at the Parsippany PAL show. So I just brought this stuff to kind of re-up. So basically I'll be selling this stuff to my guy who brought all my shit off of me. And along with that, I'm going to be selling him this stuff as well. And then I have some G.I. Joes upstairs on the wall that I decided to get rid of, like the 50th anniversary figures that I have taped to the wall, because I'm not doing that line. So only thing I might keep is the 25th. And as far as 25th goes, I'm definitely gonna. I decided I'm going to collect all the 25th anniversary comic figures. I'm gonna do all comic. I might keep the 25th anniversary stuff I have on the wall. But as far as the Renegades, the 30th and 50th stuff, I'm gonna sell those. So I'm gonna take all those to him too. So I'm gonna take those off my wall. I've decided to do that. And yeah. So yes, sirree, Bobs. We're gonna call that shit a day. Thanks for watching. Peace.